Just a couple of things we're going to do tonight. Like she said, we're going to do the chicken pesto sandwich. We're going to do an arugula, which is a type of green. This is a baby arugula. The arugula that's in the recipe really calls for a large leaf arugula. That's why it says chop it up and everything. So we're not really going to chop this up tonight because it's already really small. It's tender. It's really good. It's kind of got a spicy taste to it for the greens. And it's arugula, mozzarella, tomato, and focaccia on focaccia bread. And a lot of you don't know about the different kinds of breads maybe that we sell here. So before we get started actually making our sandwiches, I want to just go through our breads that we're going to use tonight. This is just a simple baguette. It is like an Italian bread. This is a miniature baguette. This is made by Full Circle. Okay, you can see all of our breads have dates on them. You can look at those dates and make sure they're where they're supposed to be. We have a new product that sells a lot of these breads that you'll see before you. It's called Ace, A-C-E, and our Ace bread is on our shelves every day and is never any older than 24 hours. After 24 hours, it gets pulled, and it's baked daily. It's really, really good bread. My family and I had some just last night. We did some baguettes, cut it up, and buttered it, and it was really, really good. So I encourage you to try that. This that we have here is the focaccia bread. We have about 3 different kinds of focaccia bread there. We have a plain focaccia bread. We have a Parmesan, which we're using today. You can see the Parmesan cheese and the different herbs on top of it. And then we have a tomato and roasted pepper focaccia. And you want to talk really good as a base for pizzas. We did pizzas not too long ago. Is to take that roasted pepper and tomato focaccia, put you a little bit of pizza sauce on top of it, add you some cheese and your favorite toppings to it, or just add you a little bit of cheese and some sauce on it and eat it that way. It's really good. But we sell it. And then ciabatta. These are our ciabatta rolls. Again, they're by Full Circle. We sell them here. Also, we have them by the new brand that we have. It's Ace Breads. And these are just the little rolls. And a lot of you have seen these before. When you cut them open, you're going to see a lot of holes, a lot of aeration in them. And this is ciabatta too, but this is the loaf. Okay? So it's the same bread, just different ways of making that same bread. So we're going to use it all tonight in order to make the sandwiches and let you all try them. So the first one we're going to do tonight is our chicken and our pesto. Somebody said I was on the pesto kick. Well, we had a little bit left and I needed to use it, and it was a really good recipe. And I'm just going to be honest with you, we're doing chicken pesto tonight because we had the ingredients and I didn't have to spend a lot of money on it tonight in order to be able to do it. And you all understand that completely. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 cups, and there is a little bit more than 2 cups of chicken in this bowl, but this is 2 cups of shredded chicken breast. Anybody want to guess where this chicken breast come from? The deli. Our bakery deli. This is our rotisserie chicken. What did you say? You got that right. This came from our bakery deli. It is just the breast been removed and been chopped up real fine. Make it kind of like what you would use for chicken salad or something like that. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, in a large bowl, we're going to add our chicken and our pesto. And our recipe here calls for a 1/2 cup of basil pesto. Again, you can use the basil pesto. We used sun-dried pesto when we did our pizzas the other day. You could use that. It just depends on what you prefer. Let me grab a spoon here, or 3, so I won't have to go back later. And depends on what you like. I'm using a little bit more than 1/2 cup again because we're making a little bit more tonight to make sure everybody gets to try a little bit of it. And then we're going to add into this our Greek yogurt. I've had a lot of people ask me, what is the difference in Greek yogurt and regular yogurt? Anybody know?
Greek has more protein.
It's the culture that it's made out of, and it's the protein levels, and it's the different kind. It's just a totally different kind of. This has got a different twang to it than what your regular yogurt. We also sell a yogurt. I think I've showed you all this type once before. It is a Greek yogurt with fruit. And this one's raspberry. Okay, you can use. It's got the raspberry on one side and the Greek in the other, and you just flip it over like that. And we'll have to use that one now. I might have to eat that for supper tomorrow. But you just flip it over like this, and when it's undone, all this goes down. You mix it up and you eat it. It's really, really good. It's really a different flavor yogurt than what you're used to in the little cups when we grew up with, I guess, Yoplait and the different yogurts like that. So we're going to take into this, we're going to put about a half a cup into ours today. Your recipe calls for a quarter of a cup. We're going to add just a little bit more. We're going to take the little piece of plastic right off top of there. Well, that'd be kind of hard to chew, wouldn't it? And we're going to put about a half.
What's the brand name?
This is Fage, F-A-G-E. And then after we do this, we're going to add just a little bit of salt and just a little bit of pepper. You got a lot of chicken, you got a lot of different ingredients there, and we're just going to mix this up. And you're just going to mix this thoroughly. Get it all mixed up really good. And you can add more pesto. If you like more pesto or more yogurt, we may have to add just a little bit more to this in order to get it right where we want it. But we're going to mix it up real good and get it really good and incorporated here. I don't know, that looks about right. I think I'm going to add just a hair more of the yogurt. It's healthy, it won't hurt. Okay, get that mixed up really good. This is like a chicken salad. Now you can take this right here, you can put it on sandwiches, you could serve this as a dip, you could serve this with crackers, you could use it, melt you some cheese on top of it, warm the whole thing up, and serve it as like a hot chicken dip for that. It's really, really good. But like I said, it's basically a pesto chicken salad is what we've got right now. Instead of using mayonnaise, you use your yogurt, and you used your pesto and everything there. So we got that really good and mixed up. That looks really good. It smells really good. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble our sandwiches. And so on this, we're using, what kind of bread are we using on this? Baguettes. The baguettes and the ciabatta are a lot alike. When we take this out, we're going to slice these horizontally. You know, a good serrated knife so that you don't have to kind of hack at it and push on it. A serrated knife will keep your bread from being squeezed down. And you're just going to start on one side. And you're going to watch your fingers. Not that any of us around here would ever cut our fingers. I cut mine one day in the bakery deli and didn't even know I cut it. And they've given me a hard time about that. So you can see inside this. Can you see it up there? This is a lot like the ciabatta. You see the holes? You know what I think that does? That gives you a lot of place to put flavor at. I mean, because we're going to spread all this on here. So what we're going to do is we've already got our stuff mixed up. We're going to add our arugula on here. We're just going to take a small layer of it. Anybody ever eat arugula before? You've had arugula salads before? Come here for a second. Yeah. You like trying new things, don't you? Try that and tell me what you think. Can you taste spice in it? Mm-hmm. It's really good, isn't it? It's a really good, and now just say yes, even if you don't believe it. She had that look like, if you say so. But it's a different kind of green. It's got just a spicy nature to it. So we're going to add our base on there. We're going to add just a little bit more. Get it good and covered. You want to make a really good foundation. Okay. And then we're going to take our tomatoes. These are just sliced tomatoes that I sliced earlier. And we're going to shingle them across our...
Can you use plain yogurt?
You can use plain yogurt. It won't give you the same flavor as what we're getting tonight, but you can use plain yogurt. Who asked that? Have you ever tried the Greek yogurt before? It's not your favorite thing in the whole world? No? Okay. It is an acquired taste. It really is.
Once you get used to it, you can't tell the difference, I don't think.
So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add mozzarella on. And I'm going to add our mozzarella right on top of our tomatoes before we add our chicken mixture on, for the simple reason, if I try to add my chicken mixture on top of my tomatoes, it's just going to slide off. This gives you a foundation. Now, your recipe calls for thick sliced mozzarella. I could not find any thick slice. Now, I'll go down there and ask them tomorrow, and it'll be there, just like the lemon curd, I'll guarantee you. But for now, we're using thin slice, and we're just making an extra layer over it. We'll put that on there, and then we're going to add our chicken mixture. Now I'm going to add my chicken mixture right on top of my cheese. And you may have to just put it on and press it down. Spread it out real good. Now I could put it on the bread like somebody just said, but just as soon as I started this, you know what would happen? It would probably fall off all over me, and this is a safe way of me not looking like a fool in front of all of you, okay? This is me trying to save face right here. Alrighty. We're going to add just a hair more. We're going to do 2 of these to make sure we've got enough. Then we're going to flop it over. Okay. Then we'll take our knife. And there it is. So your dressing and everything on here, instead of adding your mayonnaise and your mustard and or whatever, you can add anything you want to it. But one reason I didn't is a lot of that is in your chicken already. Your flavoring is there already. So you don't really have to do that. So we're going to set this right over here. And we're going to assemble it one more time just in case you didn't get it that time and to make sure everybody's got enough to taste. We're going to slice our bread. Do what?
Talked about toasting.
Yeah, it does. And I didn't toast it tonight for the simple fact that in order to get it, I would have had to toast it ahead. And I didn't want the bread to dry out and get really crunchy hard.
Just toasting the bread, they're not toasting like
you're not toasting the whole thing. All you're doing is toasting the bread before. And a lot of times what will happen, and we kind of eliminated that by going in the order we have, what toasting your bread will do is it will keep the tomatoes, if it's going to sit for any long period of time, from soaking and getting your bread soggy. But the order we went in with putting our arugula first, okay, and then laying our tomatoes on top of our arugula, and then our cheese and our chicken on top of that, okay, that's going to keep it from getting soggy with your tomatoes. You're still going to get a little bit of moisture from your chicken mixture on the top, but most of the time when we're making these, it's not something you're going to be making real far ahead, and you can save them. One of the really good things to do is if you're going to make this ahead of time is wrap it in saran wrap as tight as you can get it, okay? Put it in the refrigerator and stick you a frying pan on top of it or something heavy. And what that's going to do is that's going to press it, okay? And all of your ingredients are going to incorporate a little bit more that way. So if you're going to do them ahead of time, that's really a good way of doing it, is like what I was just talking about there. Any of these sandwiches you can do ahead of time. The last one we're going to make, we are going to actually toast it. Okay, the apple butter and pastrami sandwich that we're going to make, we are going to actually toast. Those are really good if you're going to make them the next day and you know you are. Go ahead and make them up. Okay, have them ready to go. Have them ready to be thrown into your oven that way, and that way that you'll be able to go ahead and save time with that. Okay. And then we're going to add, like I said, we're going to add some more of our mixture on. How many people like the pesto chicken pizza we made the other day? Yeah? How many people didn't like it? Peggy. Peggy don't like nothing. How'd you ever get her to marry you? Did she like you to begin with? No, she didn't, did she? Till she found out she had money, right? And that was it. When she found out she had money, you was all right.
Yeah, I think I had $10.
Oh, okay. Okay. Donna's trying to figure out where my money's at still. She can't find it, and I ain't told her where it's at yet. So, okay. The problem with taking these gloves off and on is it takes just a little bit of time, especially when your hands are a little bit damp after you've washed them and stuff. So, and it breaks through like that sometimes too. So we're going to add our chicken on.
Wait a minute, your cheese.
I was seeing if you knew what you was talking about. We're not going to add as much cheese to this, of course, because we used a lot on that one. I have another pack in here. We will use it. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and open this up. This is our Food Club mozzarella. It's really good. we sell all kinds of Sargentos and all kinds of the different cheeses down there. But I guarantee you that if you were to go down there and get these two and set them side by side and not know which one you're eating, that this would be just as good as Sargentos or anything like that. I think it's like a 2%. It's a low moisture 2% milk cheese. So it's really good. It's really good on pizzas. Like we was doing the margarita pizza the last time. You can use this. If you don't like the fresh mozzarella, which some people don't, you can use this instead of the fresh mozzarella, and it'll be just fine. And so then we're going to add our chicken stuff. Can I add it now? Yeah. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Alrighty. Jessica, I found our dishwasher for us tonight. Okay. And this stays about where you put it, so you don't really have to work with it too much and worry about it. And if I was really brave, I would have put it on the top and flipped it over like you were saying, but I'm not that brave, so we're not going to go there.
I just thought it'd fill in all those little holes.
Right, right. Okay. So there's our sandwich. Do you think you'll like that? We'll see.